Hello, welcome to another edition of Capper Comparison Picks. I'm Ranch. Today I'll be giving you the Capper Comparison Picks for some early prelim fights for UFC 278, taking place in Salt Lake City, Utah. Here we go. Before I get into this, I want to briefly go over the piss poor job I did last week. Man, I really don't want to go over the piss poor job I did last week. So, yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time. I'm just, let's put it this way. I went 6-6-1. Unreal. Okay, Lupita Godinez, she pooped in my apple pie. So did Odie Osborne. He did as well. Martin Boudet came through for me, and that was a robbery. He shouldn't have won that, but he did, thankfully. Got Yasmin Horogai, got that right. Cynthia Calvillo, apple pie pooper, apple pie hitter. I went on a limb and went for Devin Clark, no go there. Bruno Silva, did you forget how to fight? I don't know. GM3 made him look like an amateur. Swear to God. Nate Landwehr, Nate the Train, good on ya. But there's another one. I did horrible, guys. I did very bad. I even picked Dominic Cruz. Did I say 6-6-1? Oh, that I did, because I did start out good, because I had Priscilla Cachoeira, Josh Quinlan, nailing that stuff. Then the draw with Yusuf Zalal, Damon Blackshear, whatever. 6-6-1. Official. All right. I confess, I did go on a flyer as well with Charlie Ontiveros. What an idiot I was for doing that. But that's behind us, right, guys? That is far behind us. We're going to get into this card here. We've got Salt Lake City. It's a pay-per-view event. So we're going to start this off with the flyweight fight between Victor Altamirano taking on Daniel Da Silva. Lucerda. It used to be Lucerda. Now it's Da Silva. Lucerda. But we got Daniel Da Silva taking on Victor Altamirano. So this should be a good fight, actually. I would think so, anyway. Let's talk about the favorite, almost 2-1 favorite, Victor Altamirano. He was a 2-1 favorite when the lines opened. He was actually a -220. Now he is -192. Daniel Da Silva opened up at +175, went down a little bit. Now he's at +169. Let's see what the... let's break down this fight really quickly. Victor Altamirano's last 5, he is 4-1, coming off a loss, though, in his UFC debut against Carlos Hernandez by split decision. Ouch, that one hurts. Before that, he was on a pretty good roll. He got the Dana White Contender Series win over Carlos Candelario, split decision. Again, I feel like I'm so close to that camera. Nora, look at the camera. Does it look weird? Look. Just a minute. Before that, he was he got LFA decision over Nate Smith. He triangle choked Lloyd McKinney. That's a little bit too close. Yeah, should I back it up? Should I back the? I'll do it. Don't. Did you press pause? No. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's better. And he had a split decision win over Chris Ocon. I believe those are all in LFA. Victor Altamirano would have a 2-inch height and a 1/2-inch reach advantage. He is a BJJ black belt fighting out of Peak Performance in Watauga, Texas, for Victor Altamirano, the El Magnifico, the Mexican fighter. Okay, 31 years old here. his opponent, Daniel Lacerda, aka Daniel De Silva. I don't know why he changed it. But Mojo or Mojo, I don't know, Mojo is his nickname. Mojo. He is Brazilian, so Moro. I don't know. Well, anyway, Daniel Silva is coming off a loss to Francisco Figueiredo, which we'll talk about later on, by a knee bar in round 1, got caught. Before that, he made his UFC debut against Jeff Molina. Not an easy task to come in and face that killer, which he got knocked out in 46 seconds of round 2. Before that, he was in Chuto, Brazil, where he beat Rodrigo Sanafian by TKO round 1. And prior to that, he was in regional scenes such as Mr. Cage, that was in Portugal, and Ray De Silva Combat, that's another one in Brazil. He trains out of the ATS team in Brazil with Alex Oliveira, the cowboy. Alex Oliveira also trains out of there. So let's see what the cappers have to say in this fight between Altamirano and Daniel De Silva. Lucero, I don't know, whatever you want to call him. I'm going to call him De Silva, that's what Tapology has him written as. Okay, Victor Altamirano, the favorite, -192, taking him. We've got Ray from the Pick'ems podcast. Ray says knockout round 3 for Altamirano. Then taking De Silva, we've got AJ DeVito from MMA Experts on the side of Daniel De Silva. Then we've got Greedo Plays. Greedo is saying by decision. All these links to these cappers will be in the description. I urge you guys to check them all out. MMA Bert. Bert has De Silva by submission, round 1. And finally, for the tiebreaker, we've got Johnny K from Johnny K's Picks. Johnny K Picks, and he is saying De Silva will get a knockout. All right, Johnny, I hear that. I like that. Johnny K, knockout for De Silva, the underdog, a +167. I hear you, and I hear you loud and clear, but my friend, I don't know, I think Altamirano is going to put on the pressure. I think, I'm not 100%, but I want to say that De Silva is one to gas out a little bit. I think I recall seeing him gas out in that loss to Jeff Molina. I think he started second round is where he got caught because he had his hands down, and this was after the round break. I don't know, something, and plus I've heard it from cappers saying De Silva has his cardio's questionable. By the way, I don't know, 26-year-old, so he is entering his prime, but as a UFC debutant, he's 0-2 in the UFC. Before that, the Brazilian scene, where Victor Altamirano, he's 0-1, but he did have a nice, split decision. Both these guys, low level, but I have to go with the more sensible pick, Altamirano, to get it done. He does have that LFA experience, which I hold pretty decently, kind of high. He is a BJJ black belt out of Texas. I think he's going to get it done by decision. I think De Silva can last a tough 3 rounds. So, moving on. Next we have Aoriqileng, the Mongolian murderer. I know. Taking on Jay Perrin, the Joker. Now I've seen Jay Perrin fight at in Cage Titans, over in Plymouth, Massachusetts. I remember seeing him at an event. This was probably, I don't know, a couple years back. But he is coming in here, making his UFC debut. Or no, his second fight, not UFC debut. His UFC debut was against Mario Batista, where he lost a unanimous decision. But I did see him in Cage Titans, I want to say way back, and he won a unanimous decision against Diego Silva, which was a pretty good fight. He comes in this fight 10-5 as a professional. He is a plus 145 underdog. I was gonna start out with the favorite, but whatever, I'm here now. Both these guys aged 29. So no discrepancy there. Height and reach advantage goes slightly, no, to neither. They're both the same reach and same height here. This is a good matchup here. Sean Shelby, you did it good this time. Man. All right, so Jay Perrin training out of, he was training out of Boston, out of Sikyodong in Boston, but now has moved over to Vegas and he's training out of Syndicate. On Instagram, he shows him with Coach John Wood, Merab Davashvili, Ode Osborne, Aljamain Sterling, and Vince Morales. So shows Jay Perrin training with all those guys. Good for Jay Perrin, the Joker. I did mention he lost his UFC debut to Mario Bautista. Before that, he has a win against Josh Smith in CES, which stands for Classic Entertainment Sports. That's out of the Northeast as well. I want to say Rhode Island, but maybe Connecticut someplace. But they do travel down the coast as well. You can see CES all the way down in Florida. Okay, prior to that, Cage Titans, Dana White Contender Series before that, where he took a loss to Dwight Joseph. And he has a Cage Titan win against Kin Moi, unanimous decision. So he's taking on Aoriqileng. Aoriqileng is coming off a win over Cameron Elt's ground and pound round 1. Very good victory there. But before that, Cody Durham sent him back to where he came from by a unanimous decision victory. And before that, Jeff Molina in his UFC debut. Man, these guys are getting killed in there. Remember, Lucerda also lost his debut against Jeff Molina. Huh, interesting. Jeff Molina just wiping out people making their debuts. Before that, he was in the WLF Wars. That's Wu Lin Feng in Chinese regional scene, where he was on. He was a champ, I think. He was on a couple fight win streak. Why bother saying the names? You guys don't know him. He used to train out of Zindu martial arts in China. He has since moved over to Fight Ready. Good move for you, Aoriqileng. With Coach Eddie Cha. He's spotted on Instagram training with Haley Alatang. And also he has a membership over to 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu. So getting his BJJ over there and getting his striking in over at Fight Ready. Good for you, Aoriqileng. It's going to be a very interesting fight here. All right. Aoriqileng is the favorite, probably because of his UFC experience. Sorry, I gotta switch this over really quickly. Oh, copyright infringement. Put it back on the track and ease. So it comes in at the minus 165 favorite. Jay Perrin comes in at a plus 145. Opened up, this was minus 190, and this was a plus 160. So money's been coming in on the underdog, Jay Perrin. And for good reason, because he is a Cage Titans veteran. I like Cage Titans. It's one of the closest regional scene to where I live. So I do try to frequent those fights when I can. Okay. Aoriqileng, taking the favorite, we've got Greedo, and he's saying knockout round 2. Good. Method and round plus money. Then we've got AJ DeVito, MMA experts, on the side of Jay Perrin. The Joker, Jay Perrin. Back taking Aoriqileng, we've got Bert MMA, and he's saying Aoriqileng will get a decision. Can't put away the Joker. Jay Perrin, we've got Ray from MMA Pick'ems Podcast. Ray is saying Jay Perrin should get the decision victory there. And finally, for the tiebreaker, we've got Johnny K, and he's on the side of the veteran with the not veteran, but the one with the more UFC experience in the Mongolian murder, Aoriqileng. Johnny K is saying Aoriqileng is also going to get a knockout in this fight over Jay Perrin, edging out the Capra majority for the favorite here. Unfortunately, I have to go with we are Cage Titans. We have to go with the Cage Titans alumni, if you will. I've seen him fight. I've never live seen Aoriqileng. And by the way, Aoriqileng, Cody Durden sent him back to where he came from. So I mean, take that for what it is. Jay Perrin, he had a good fight against Mario Batista. So he went to a unanimous decision, but Batista did pretty much dominate all aspects of the fight. But I don't know, something tells me Jay Perrin's going to edge this one out. I'm going to go with the plus money here. Plus money! Take a chance on Jay Perrin. I think he's going to edge out a decision victory over Aoriqileng. Moving on. Next we have a flyweight fight between the Iraqi fighter Amir Albazi, the Prince Albazi, taking on the sniper Francisco Figueiredo, aka Bad Figgy, the Bad Figgy, because he'll forever be living in the shadow of his brother Davison Figueiredo, and he won't be able to live that down, but he can still make a good living in the UFC. I don't see why not. He's still getting these fights booked, and he's winning a few of them here and there. So, Amir Albazi, 28 years old, will come in as the younger fighter. Figueiredo is 32. Amir Albazi, minus 400 favorite. 4-1. Blech, blech. Gross. That did open up at minus 360, so money's been pouring in on the one-loss fighter. And Francisco Figueiredo opened up at plus 280. Now if you want him, you'll get big money back. You get plus 330 will be your return on Figueiredo if you want to go that route. Let's talk about the favorite and Amir Albazi. Trading out of Extreme Couture on Instagram, you can spot him with Coach Dewey Cooper from Black Cobra MMA. According to Tapology, he was on London Shoot Fighters, or that was his camp facility, whatever. But I don't know if he still goes there when But it says he's born in Iraq, fighting out of Sweden, living in Sweden, but his gym is London Shoot Fighters. But now on Instagram, I know for a fact that Instagram, it shows him pictured at Extreme Couture with Coach Dewey Cooper from Black Cobra MMA. I don't know if that's they have their own gym or what. I didn't go that far in my research, but Amir Albazi definitely getting it in Vegas. Albazi's coming off a win against Zhalgas Zhumagulov by unanimous decision. He beat Zacco. And Zacco's a good fighter. Before that, he beat Malcolm Gordon with a triangle choke in round 1. That was his UFC debut. What a banging way to come into the UFC with that. Before that, he was in Brave Fighting Championships, where he beat Ryan Curtis by key lock, round 1. Jose Torres by unanimous decision, and another guy, can't say his name, but it was in Bellator. And Jose Torres actually beat Amir Albazi by unanimous decision, and he beat Ayuri Bejanari in Bellator by rear naked choke in round 1. So Amir Albazi is 4-1 in his last 5. The one loss comes from Jose Torres in Brave Fighting Championship. Francisco Figueiredo, fighting out of Team Figueiredo, the family gym down in Brazil. He's coming off a win against Daniel Lacerda da Silva. This guy, Daniel da Silva, where he got a knee bar round 1. I mentioned that earlier. He also lost to Malcolm Gordon, common opponent. Albazi took him out with a triangle choke in round 1, his UFC debut. Francisco Figueiredo lost to him by unanimous decision, so if you want to play the MMA math, it's there for you. Before that, Francisco Figueiredo did beat Jerome Rivera in his UFC debut. I've come to realize Jerome Rivera is not very good. A lot of people have beat him, so that's not a great fight. Before that, he was in Jungle Fights where he beat Eduardo Silva no, he didn't beat him, I'm sorry. He got in a draw with Eduardo Silva. And before that, he did beat Manuel dos Santos by TKO, also in Jungle Fights. So he is 3-1-1 draw in his last 5. Francisco will have the 1-inch height, 1-inch reach advantage. Let's see what the cappers have to say in this flyweight showdown between the dark horse, Amir Albazi, and the lesser figgy, Francisco Figueiredo. Taking the favorite, the 4-1 favorite in Amir Albazi, we've got Burt MMA, and he's saying Albazi will get a decision victory there. Safe bet. AJ DeVito from MMA Experts, also on the side of Albazi. We've got Ray from Pick'ems, MMA Pick'ems Podcast. He's saying a round 3 sub. Good on you there. Plus money. Maybe. Yeah, definitely. If you say round 3 and method and round, you get plus money. We've got Johnny K. Also taking Albazi. He doesn't like the line, but that's his pick. And finally, to finish it all off, we've got Greedo saying Albazi will get the submission victory there, making this a full capper consensus. And a full capper consensus is when
all the handicappers pick one side of the whiteboard.
Did you throw good luck pearls? You threw them all lazy. Oh yeah, full capper consensus is when all the cappers pick what are in agreement and pick one side of the whiteboard. In this case, they're taking the 4-1 favorite. Wasn't even worth the dance, but I liked the jam. But they're taking Amir Albazi to dominate over Francisco Figueiredo, and I can't go against that. I see it panning out the same way. If Francisco was his brother, that'd be a different story, but he's not, and he will forever live in his brother's shadow, which is unfortunate. But just like Anthony Shevchenko to Valentina, just like Muhammad Usman to Kamaru, just happens. Siblings in the MMA. Okay, so I'm gonna take Albazi to get it done. I think he'll get a. I don't know if he's gonna get a submission or a ground and pound. I think maybe a ground and pound. So I'm gonna say TKO for Albazi. Round 2. That'll plus money. I'm sure taking the round and the method will get you plus money. So, to recap. Time check indeed. Oh, I'm feeling great on time. To recap, I've got Victor Altamirano beating Daniel Lacerda da Silva by decision. Then I've got Perrin, the Cage Titans alumni, beating Aoriqileng, Aoriqileng, the Mongolian murder by decision. Aoriqileng does have a sneaky Mongolian wrestling, but something tells me, my heart and my head tell me Jay Perrin should get this win. And finally, I've got, with the rest of the whole slew of cappers I've listened to, everybody in the world is taking Amir Albazi to beat Francisco Figueiredo. I don't even know if his brother Davidson's on his side. I'm sure he is, but you know, I joke. So there you have it. Gather the info, place the bets, and cash those tickets. Tickets. I appreciate you watching. Give me that thumbs up. Fill the comments with who you think's gonna win these 3 fights. And I will see you tomorrow from Massachusetts. I'm staying in a hotel tomorrow for work. I'll see you tomorrow from a hotel in Massachusetts where I'll cover some more prelim fights. Good luck on your bets. Bye.